What are compensators and what do they actually do? A compensator is a device that redirects the gases that follow a bullet in a path that we want them to go. This is a 3-port comp, so it's going to direct the gases out the sides and out the top. The reason we put a lot of side ports on compensators is it's going to feel like a muzzle brake. It's going to feel a lot softer in your hand, and it's going to reduce the muzzle flip out the top of a compensator. There's another design that is a 2-port. It's going to focus the gases out the top and reduce a lot of the muzzle flip. However, you're not going to get the added benefits of the side ports to reduce the felt recoil in your hand. At Herrington Arms, I've designed a lot of compensators, and the reason we go with the 3-port more often than not is a few reasons. One, this compensator is going to allow you to reduce 2 kinds of felt recoil. B, it reduces a lot of weight. It removes a lot of material out the side of the compensator. And C, it actually is a more reliable platform. We find that the 3-ports are typically more reliable than the dual top port compensator. A lot of that has to do with the material removal and the way the action actually cycles. As far as build material goes, we make these out of 6061 aircraft grade aluminum. Reason we do that is we found it to be the most reliable material for the compensator. Back in the beginning, we tried a couple different materials and we just didn't have the reliability. And I feel like that's why we've kind of came to the top or became a top level compensator company, is because of reliability. That's one of our primary focuses when we design a compensator, is reliability. We want it to be able to run all the different grains of 9mm ammo, starting from frangible all the way up to plus P+. When we design a compensator, we have a couple things we have to follow. The slide of the gun is essentially the biggest constraint for a pistol compensator. Next is the barrel length. You're gonna find a lot of compensators we design are a little bit longer, and the case is because of barrel. We're stuck designing a compensator around a length. Some companies can get away with making their own barrels and decreasing the length of a compensator, but we try to make it easy on the customer so that they can buy any aftermarket barrel and throw our compensator on it. So what do you actually need to comp a gun? Well, it's simple. Really all you need is a threaded barrel. Some companies offer suppressor-ready versions that come with a threaded barrel, and if not, there's a lot of aftermarket support for well-known guns like Glock, Sig Sauer. True Precision is one we actually sell on the site. They make a great barrel. And then all you have to do is pick up a compensator and thread it on, and that's really all you need to do to put a compensator on your pistol. Now that you picked out a barrel that you want, what do you need to look for in a compensator? Well, you need a customer base saying that they're reliable. You need to look at the material it's made out of, and you need to look at what ports are on the compensator. Is it a 3-port design? Is it a dual port design? Is this going to be a race gun? Is it going to have 3 top ports? These are all things you need to take into consideration when picking a compensator. You need to pick it based on what you're going to use the compensator for. If it's competition, you might want to go with just a dual top port or a 3 top port. If it's concealed carry, a 3-port with the side ports is going to be a great option for you. Something we see all the time is people get a 3-port with the side ports and then it's just a range toy. They go to the range and everybody on the firing line next to them is complaining that they're getting hit with gases. So if it's just going to be a range toy, that's something you need to take into consideration. You might want to look at just a dual top port design. So what are the laws and regulations for a compensator? There's not too many actually based around the compensator. It all lies with the threaded barrel. California being one of the bigger ones, you can't run a threaded barrel in California, so therefore you can't run a compensator easily. There are options out there that don't use a threaded barrel to attach a compensator. We're actually working on a design at Herrington Arms for that. But that's the biggest thing you need to take into consideration is, can you buy it? Where can you buy it? And is it legal to carry or use a compensator in your state? And everything I just said is pretty much useless if the compensator doesn't actually work. Today we're gonna be using the Mantis X10 to chart recoil, both from a stock gun and a comped gun, to compare and see, does a compensator actually help you? All right guys, we're gonna shoot a drill that is a 222 drill, puts emphasis on the split times. And then we're gonna look at the end result and see exactly how much longer the stock gun took over the comped gun and what the recoil numbers were. So the stock gun, we're seeing about a 0.27 split. With the comped gun, we're seeing a 0.17 split. And at the end of the drill, the comped gun was a whole second faster overall. Which tells me, obviously the comp's doing its job. We're getting 2 rounds downrange faster with a comped gun than a stock gun, and that's really all you need to know. You can shoot a little bit faster with a comped gun if you shoot enough. You have to be a proficient shooter from the beginning to see the benefits of a compensator. It's not magically just gonna make you a better shooter. However, in my case, with the shooting I've been doing, I'm seeing faster splits and a faster drill time with a comped gun. Looking at the Mantis results, we're seeing about 9 degrees of muzzle flip from a comped gun and 14 degrees of muzzle flip from a stock gun. Pretty happy with the results. Something that doesn't come across on camera is actually the felt recoil in your hand. This is a 2-port comp, so you're not gonna have the softness of a 3-port. However, the recoil feels a lot softer than shooting a stock gun. One of my favorite drills to actually test a compensator is a bill drill. We designed a drill that is a bill drill, reload bill drill. It's actually going to show you the effectiveness of a compensator with the splits and the overall time. If you guys want to check it out, we have it on our website. If you send us the recording of you shooting it, it'll put you in a leaderboard and you can see how you stack up against other people. We're actually gonna run this drill for you guys with a stock gun and a comped gun and see how they perform. So we got a 6.76 on that drill. We got 2 touching the line here. We're gonna go ahead and count that. Now let's run it with the stock gun and see what happens. With the stock gun, we got a 7.58. Again, it was a whole second slower than the comped gun. We got 2 rounds riding the line, however that counts. Honestly, I'm really happy with how this drill performed. And if you guys are thinking about picking up a compensator, let's talk about some of the pros and cons. The biggest pro of a compensator is it's going to reduce felt recoil. With the 2-port, it's actually gonna reduce a lot of the muzzle flip. If you have a 3-port, it's also gonna reduce the felt recoil in the hand. Some of the cons of a compensator is you have to buy a new barrel if it doesn't come with your gun. You have to pay for the compensator, it's about $89, and it's gonna add length to the end of your pistol. If you have a weapon light, it's not that big of a deal. If you don't have a weapon light, it's gonna be a lot more noticeable on the end of your pistol. If you guys did your research and you landed on Herrington Arms, use code COMPED YT at checkout, all lowercase. It's gonna get you 10% off any of our compensators on our website. If you guys like this video, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.